Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I'm going to be doing a 1-month update on my identical twin girls. If you have never seen me before, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. So I do have a piece of paper here with everything that I've written down, just so I do not forget. So when they were both born weighing 5.5 pounds, and then typically with babies they lose a little bit of weight before they start gaining. And at our last doctor's appointment, they both weighed just over 6 pounds, and that was, I believe, almost 2 weeks ago now. So they are almost grown out of preemie clothes, so they were in preemie clothes for most of since then, and they're starting to almost grow out of it. They're almost ready to go into newborn, which is very exciting because that means they're putting on weight great, and I'm sure they're at least 6.5 pounds now, which is fantastic. So they have started eating a lot more. When they left the hospital, they were eating 60 milliliters each feed, and they are now eating 90 milliliters each feed. They have sometimes been eating every 2.5 hours, which is exhausting just because it takes so long for them to eat the 90 that by the time you get them both fed, you have to start all over again. So that is very fun at night. They do have what they call it is like their nights and days are a little bit mixed up, and it's kind of hard to reverse, but how I know that they have this is because after they eat at night, they're very awake compared to normally when they eat during the day. They go right to sleep after. So it doesn't really make that much of a difference, except they're harder to settle at night than they are during the day, which is just unfortunate, but what can you do? So they love being swaddled, for one. They are always constantly swaddled. Here, I'll show you. Both the babies are right here. So here we are. We have one little baby. We called them baby burritos. So she's very upset I disturbed her. I'm gonna put her back now. The other baby is trying to wiggle out of her swaddle and has now gotten her shoulder out of her outfit and the swaddle. So I'm gonna have to fix that after this video. But they love being swaddled. They're constantly in a swaddle, so we have like a little bit of a routine. So what happens is when they're ready to feed, we change them and we take them out of the swaddle, and then we feed them, and then we put them right back in the swaddle. They just sleep better and they're calmer that way, so they're just normally in a swaddle. They also really like the swing. It really calms them, and it's really nice at night, especially when we don't want to. Sorry, I disturbed her, now she's upset. And I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, they constantly love to be swaddled, and they're constantly in a swaddle. So oh yeah, and then I was at the swing, sorry for backtracking a little bit. But they really do like the swing. I will put a link to the one that we have it down below. It's like a Fisher-Price. It kind of reminds me of like the Mamaroo a little bit, except it's less expensive. I like the fact that it's like a bed kind of that swings. It's not like the seat isn't up, if that makes sense. They're kind of laying flat almost. So I really like that, and they really like it. I'm thinking I might buy a second one though, just because I only have one and there's two babies, and a lot of times they both want to be in it. So that's where I'm at with that. For the most part though, they are very easygoing babies. They just go right back to sleep after they're done eating. They're very chill. Like they don't have colic, or sometimes they're a little bit fussy, but for the most part, like they go out. Like they haven't prevented us from living our lives, if that makes sense. Like they've gone to the mall multiple times. They love their car seats, so they're very calm in their car seats, and they just kind of come with us, and they just kind of sit there, and they are, experiencing the world. So it's we're really lucky that we have such easygoing babies. The only thing I'd say that we're struggling with right now is that at night, like I mentioned, they have the day and night thing going on, is that they we have fallen asleep with them in our bed a couple times and co-slept, and they really like sleeping in our bed with us. They automatically, like, they stop crying if we move them from the bassinet into our bed, and they just go right to sleep, which it's convenient in the aspect that they're going to sleep and it's fine, but we really don't want to get into the habit of co-sleeping. Just one, because I think it's quite dangerous, and two, because we don't want to have to then break that cycle in the future. We'd rather just not it be an issue altogether. So yeah, that's really what we're struggling with right now, but they are doing really well. Peyton, who I'm holding right now, she failed her hearing test twice in the hospital in one of her ears. So we do have an upcoming doctor's appointment at the end of November, I believe, to get her ears rechecked. It was only one of her ears she failed on, the other one was fine. So we are hoping that, a lot of times they say it's just there's wax or something fluid from birth left in their ears, which is why they fail. So 9 to 10 times they say that they will pass, and it won't be anything like hearing loss. So yeah, that is basically everything that I have to update you on. Thank you so much for watching, and again, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much.